All right, digital media students, we're going to try something new this week. I'm going to go through the weekly schedule with you and the assignment with you in this video. Hopefully that'll take away any questions or concerns that you guys have been having. And that lets you hear my voice, which I know is what you really missed during this quarantine. So here we go. Just a reminder, these dates are suggestions. That was what was kind of suggested to us by administration, that we just have 2 days worth of work and then kind of do it that way. So don't think that you have to do things Tuesday and Thursday. You can do them anytime that you want. You get these assignments on Monday, so literally you can start working on them anytime after that. So on Tuesday, there's a idea called color theory that's important for people that are doing any kind of design work. And if you want to look up a lot of information on color theory, there's a ton out there. But attached to this week is a separate assignment called a color theory video. So there's a video out there that I would love for you to watch. It's a really good explanation of color theory, or you can look over the worksheet that's included with this packet. It's in our Google Classroom for this week. The video is, the color theory worksheet is included with the packet if you got things sent home to you. But it is there to look at for a worksheet, or watch the video online. The video online gives you a nice little visual representation of it, so that part is kind of nice. Your bulk of your assignment is to work on your class logo, and we'll go through that in just a second. Last week was the marketing project. I think I got about 11 of the 18 of you guys to turn it in. If you haven't finished that marketing project, please keep working on it and turn it in. I would love to help you out, make comments, so on and so forth. Please feel free as well. If you're not sure if you're going in the right place with the assignment, email me a link to it through Canva, and I can look at it, and then I can make suggestions back to you, and we can go back and forth. Think of it like a consulting gig, if you will. So if you're having questions about any assignments, any design assignments, share them with me. That way I can look through them and look at them and try to help you out. All right, so here's the class logo assignment. So last week you did a marketing project. So you were creating a sport at Alma High School, and you were trying to market it to the student body. This week you're going to kind of go along with the idea of marketing. You are going to market our class through a class logo. So using the elements of design we talked about in class, your job is to create a logo for our digital media class. So it's not for the whole high school, it's for our digital media class. So here's what I want you to think about. You're going to go to Canva, and you're going to search for logo, and you're going to look for a logo template. So let me switch over to Canva real quick. So if you go to and you type in logo for what you're looking for, and you type in logo, see how it says 500 by 500 pixels? That's what you want. It's a nice square box for doing logos. So if you click on that, it's going to take you and show you lots of different designs. There's some blank ones, and of course it's going to show you all these. Now if you just click on one, obviously it's going to give you this design. Over to the left, though, you're going to see lots of different designs. So they have art and design logos, fashion logos, band logos, computer logos, food and drink logos, educational logos. Don't just go to this and be like, oh, I have to, because it's an educational class, I have to use this. You can use any of these. These are all just templates to kind of start. Now, of course, you can start, if you remember from the last page, you can start with a blank one as well. So you can start blank if you want, but if you want to have kind of a template to start with, to go with, you can also do that. You can also click on See All, and you can see all these templates. There's a ton of them. Just remember, you're looking for the ones that say free, okay? So if you click on one that doesn't say free, you might have to pay for it to download it. The other reason you'll know it's not free, see how it says Canva right here, and it has some X's through it? That's how it's also going to show up. And I saw a couple designs that used not free pictures, not free whatever. You want to use ones that say free. So look for the ones that say free. You won't see any of the Canva logo or anything like that into it. But remember, if you want to use one of these templates, don't just use the template. Make it your own, right? We want to have original templates. So you're going to click on one, and then you're going to create your own template. It might be uploading photos of the Panther logo, which I'll show you some examples in just a second. Play with font, play with size, so on and so forth. But think about a logo for our class, and we'll go back to the assignment in just a second, but what information should be in it. We want to think of a central idea or a central image, since this is a logo and it's relatively small. 500 pixels by 500 pixels is relatively small. It's just a nice square. There can't be a ton of stuff in there. You can see here, these logos, they don't take up, there's a lot of negative space. They don't take up the whole 500 by 500. So play with it a little bit. You can play with bold colors. You can play with school colors. They don't have to be school colors, but you can play with anything that you want when it comes to that. Focus on a central image, but be creative. You don't need to cite pictures for this one, but remember to use fair use and royalty-free pictures as well as royalty-free items on the templates. Incorporate a slogan to add originality, and I'll show you one such example in just a second. And also, so you know, this is a competition. So typically in my class, I invite 2 or 3 other classes and they choose the winner. It's all anonymous. But I don't have any other classes right now. Well, I do kind of online, but I thought for a more fun competition, we're going to let the staff of Elma High School vote. So yours is going to be anonymous. So they won't know who's they're choosing, but it's going to be chosen by the staff. So make sure it's a little, maybe an extra incentive to do well, that yours might be chosen. So whoever the winner is chosen by the staff. Traditionally, I give extra credit. In a credit, no credit kind of atmosphere, I really can't do that, but I will make sure that your design is featured prominently in our class. So go for it. Guidelines, it should be original, display pride and workmanship. I've talked about this idea a lot. It should implement those design elements from your notes that create a polished look, symmetry, all that kind of stuff. And then make sure you don't spell anything. So there's another Canva tutorial if you need help again on how to use Canva. If you do not have any technology at home, you can certainly do this just on poster board or other paper and hand it into the school, and I will take a look at that later. So here are some examples. The first 2 are past winners. This was my first try winner. This is my second try winner. This design is also from second try, and I added it in here for a little bit of comparison for the first 2. So the first one, if you're like, wow, there's a lot of negative white space here, that's because it's supposed to look like a Polaroid. So this is supposed to look like a Polaroid. The student found the Canon camera image, so then they made that camera the central image. And then the orange dots they had to add, that was a design element in Canva. The kind of fireworky explosion things in the corner she had to add. I believe they were a full circle, but she added them in the corner. Similar to this design, these are full circles. They just added them in the corner, so only these showed up. The font is unique, and it's the same font, top and bottom. No slogan, but very creative. So that was my first try winner. Second try winner, again, the student had to go through and create all of these elements on the side here, so they created all of those. You notice it goes black, orange, orange, black, black, orange. So a little bit of difference there, not all the same. And they did it through corners. So it's kind of symmetrical through the corners. They added this element, this sort of camera element here. Now they grabbed an old Panther logo. So they grabbed this Panther logo. I think they just found it online, but I think they had to change the color of it too. It might have been a Canva design, but they had to change the color of it because I don't believe it was orange to begin with. And then the AHS is big, digital media is smaller. I really like how that flows. They have a year down here, which you don't have to have the year if you don't want, but they had the year down there, so that was unique. Not a lot of negative space, but there's one central image. Your eye is kind of drawn here, no doubt. This image is different from the first 2, and that's because it does have a slogan. So this student added a slogan at the bottom, changed the meaning of creativity. This picture in the back, I want to say is a Flickr image, maybe not. I want to say he got it off of Flickr and used that as his background image. Unique font, he added this line here as well, kind of with a down arrow, which almost draws your eye down to the central image and the and the slogan. So I thought that was kind of neat. He added all of these corner pieces as well as adding in a modern Panther logo. A couple of designs. I've seen a lot of cameras with the Panther in the middle. I mean, that's a typical design element that people are using as well. But he wanted to add that Panther logo down here as well. I mean, he could have put that in the middle of the camera too and just move that up, get rid of that negative space. But I just wanted to show you guys a design that was using a slogan and placement and so on and so forth. But all 3 really good designs. show you what you can do with that space. So again, if you have questions, let me know. I would love to answer them for me. Try to finish the class logo. I'm going to tell you next Monday, so that would be May 4th, is when I'm going to send the teachers the images that I have. So if you can get your class logo done by May 4th, of course, be in contact with me if you have questions, but by May 4th, if you can get that to me, and then I'm going to send it out, and teachers are going to vote. So that's what we're looking at. If you have any questions, of course, you can always email me. My office hours are Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 10 to 11. So you can always use the phone number I gave you guys in the initial email. You can text me even text a picture of your design if you want to, but sharing it over email is probably the best. But let me know if you guys have any questions or concerns. Otherwise, have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.